up, YouTube? This is the CLYW Peak 2. Comes in a box with the standard goldenrod kitty string from CLYW. Leave that back in there. This Peak 2 is on loan to me from the wonderful SW Randall Toys in downtown Pittsburgh. Make sure you check out SW Randall Toys whenever you're in downtown Pittsburgh. And you could try out some brand new CLYW stuff, including this beautiful Peak 2, which I will have back to them soon. Peak 2. Let's talk about it a little bit. So, the Peak 2 is a reissue of the original Peak with some sort of modern, enhancements, we'll say. So came out, earlier, was it this year? Did it come out in 2017 or was it late 2016? The Peak 2 came out kind of recently, and, just kind of a reissue of a classic. So it's sort of a very classic, O-shaped yo-yo from back in the day. This is sort of what every yo-yo looked like, 10 years ago or 8 years ago or whatever when I wasn't really playing yo-yo. A little bit undersized, but not too terribly undersized. And, you see a lot of yo-yos like this lately, actually. The Parlay, I think Magic Yo-Yo just came out with one. The Parlay's from One Drop. The Magic Yo-Yo just came out with one. There's this one. So a lot of throwback O-shaped yo-yos coming out lately, and this is one of them. So this is the Peak 2. So let's get into the specs here. The diameter of this yo-yo is 54.55 millimeters. So pretty standard diameter. Width is 42.5 millimeters, so a little bit smaller on the width there. And when I throw it around, you'll see what I'm talking about. The weight is 63.9 grams. So it plays like it's a little heavier than that, I think just because of how small the yo-yo is. But, anyway. It says on here it comes with a pixel bearing, but I've looked in here. It looks actually like it's a center track, and it feels like it's 10-ball center track. This is not mine, so I'm not going to pull it open. I know people are weird about that. Untune the yo-yo. But looks and feels to me like a 10-ball center track bearing. I don't know if they all come like that. I don't know if this one is just super dead silent and smooth or whatever, but that's what it feels like to me. Other 10-ball center track bearings have felt like this to me. That's my opinion. Response is the CLYW snow tires, and it's designed in Canada, but this one, the Peak 2, is made in China. This colorway is called Clearview Station. Looks like WVU colors to me. It's a dark blue with gold splash, or Michigan colors if you're a Michigan fan. Super, super nice colorway, and, fun to hold. A little bit more narrow, so a little harder to, to me, it's not as stable just because of that, but at about 64 grams, it's not, like, overly heavy, you know what I mean? So it doesn't feel like you're playing a rock at the end of the string. So, kind of a fun yo-yo to toss around, definitely something different, something fun, not necessarily a competition vibe, but that's kind of cool. So if you like stuff like this, I think you'll like the Peak 2 a lot. But let's go throw it around, I'll show you what I mean. Hey, we're back. Alright guys, so Peak 2, it's, like I said, very, very classic shape. Obviously just sort of an update to the original Peak, which I've never thrown, I don't have, but it's just basically a little organic, kind of an undersized for now. It's not terribly undersized, but a little undersized, organic shaped yo-yo, which would have been very popular at the time of the release of the original Peak, and they're, throwing it back. Now, this does have some, modern performance upgrades, I would say. Like I said, I've never played the original Peak, but this one doesn't particularly play, like, small or difficult or anything like that. It definitely plays a little bit undersized, but it doesn't feel like it's not a chore to throw, I guess is the best way to put it. It's hard for me to, say how particularly good it is. It's not that stable, but I don't think that was the intention. It does like to tilt on you a little bit, and it plays a little heavy. So, kind of got to play it, carefully and try to be precise with it because it's not very forgiving and it's not super stable. But at the same time, it's not a chore to throw. It's not like, oh man, it's gonna die. It really spins a long time. That was the first thing when I picked this up. I was like, oh, this is gonna have kind of a weak spin time. But it really doesn't. I mean, the spin time is actually very good. I think that's because it feels like it plays a little bit heavy, that the spin time is very good. Stability isn't what I would, isn't of the same level of yo-yos that I would normally play. It's a little unstable, but I think that's just because of how narrow it is. As far as the grind finish is concerned, pretty much, it's a little different than a lot of the other CLYWs, but it's still very, very nice, very grindable. Whatever coating they have on the new CLYW stuff is just, it's probably my favorite grind coating of just about anything I've touched. This is great. The grind coating, the finish on the new CLYW stuff is great. Thumb grinds, you can absolutely do them. Got to throw it a little bit at an angle. The lip's big enough to do it. There's just nothing to lock your thumb into. But not tough at all. Kind of I guess the original Peak had a big nipple in there too. So there's a big nipple in there. So finger spins are kind of, and it's not that stable. So not really a finger spin yo-yo. But if you're looking for this, if you're going to buy one of these, you're probably not going to be buying it to finger spin. But overall, kind of a very classic shape, classic throwback type of yo-yo. But still has some of those modern performance enhancements, like the snow tires, which I mentioned, and which binds great. Binds great. So the snow tires, and like I said, it spins a pretty good long time. And listen to this thing. It is dead silent. I think there is I'm pretty sure I didn't open it yet because this is on loan from SW Randall, but I'm pretty sure there is a 10-ball center track in here because it's not a pixel bearing. Pixel bearings kind of have multiple cuts. This is the center track. But pretty sure it's 10-ball, dead silent, dead smooth. As far as smoothness, fingernail test is concerned, 10 out of 10. No vibe whatsoever. I kind of feel the splash a little bit on my fingernails, but it's not the yo-yo's not vibing. It's the splash is a little higher, I think, than the other, but it's super dead smooth, just like all other CLYWs that I've touched. So at least this one, and all the ones I've tried from SW Randall, have been perfect. 10 out of 10, A grade, no issues whatsoever. Awesome. So, not exactly my style of yo-yo. I kind of like yo-yos that are a little bigger and not so organic, but this is definitely fun, and this colorway just looks incredible. So, anyway, let's throw it back on the desk, and we will give it the pros and cons, and that'll be that. Alright guys, and we are back. So, like I said, super fun, grinds great, thumb grinds are good, no finger spins to talk about, so that's no finger spins available, although you're probably not wanting to finger spin on a yo-yo like this, but you wouldn't be able to even if you wanted to. I mean, maybe you would be if you're super good, but I can't, and I don't think most people would be able to. Pros, like I said, awesome finish, awesome thumb grind lip, very throwback, but still very stable, very smooth. Great grind finish. This splash looks great. I kind of want other yo-yos to come in this splash. This is a great splash. Really, really, really like this colorway. No engravings, which is also a plus for me. It's not all engraved, all yucky and stuff. It's just very classy, just a nice, classy splash. Looks great. Just is a great looking yo-yo for sure. Beautiful. Cons, as far as that, cons are concerned, I'm not the biggest fan of the throwback stuff. I think they're kind of unstable. I don't think they're necessarily that fun to play with, and I'm not the biggest fan of the O shape. That's just me, though. I know there are a ton of people that really, really like this shape, and it really kind of sparks them back to when they started yo-yoing, which is really great. So I can't fault anybody for that, or that's pretty much all on me. My distaste for that type of stuff. Not even distaste. It's just not something I'm looking to spend the money on. Priced the same as all the other CLYW stuff. It's a very premium price at $85 to $90, $85 for solid colors, 90, and maybe even a little more for this splash. There's this one's not even marked. So the price is up there like a lot of the CLYW stuff, but this one and all the ones I've touched have been dead smooth. It looked beautiful, so you're not getting a bargain per se, but you're paying a premium price and you're getting a premium yo-yo out of it. So I can't complain too much about that, I suppose. But this colorway just looks great, and if throwback yo-yos are your thing, and you remember the original Peak, which I've never touched, I think if you like if you like throwback type yo-yos, you'll dig this, because there's a lot of good going on here. Super fun, super smooth, just kind of cool to throw around. And you saw, I can do, I didn't have much trouble doing tricks with it. So definitely a cool yo-yo. A neat addition to CLYW's line, because it's very different than all their other stuff that they have out currently, with all the player signatures and what have you. So cool addition, cool update, and way to jump on the throwback stuff. So can't fault anybody for that, because it's lots of people seem to be loving it, and this is certainly pretty cool. But anyway, guys, that'll do it for me. So today is Saturday, and I am at Ohio State. So if I'm not so active in the comments and what have you, it's because I'm out. But if you're at Ohio State, so you're coming to Ohio State, come find me, come say hi. I'm the guy that looks like me, and come hang out with me. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm going to have some Ohio State's stuff coming up. I'll probably do 2 videos. I'll do Trick Wars, and then hopefully a recap if I remember to shoot that much stuff. And I'll be on some other people's channels too, because hopefully I'm going to meet up with a bunch of people. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Cheers to you. And we will see you next time.